Good thing we're editing.
Yep. You say we.
Good thing you're editing.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Whatever Tickles Our Fancy.
Woo! With Kitty and Jacqueline.
Video 3.
Yeah.
Also, go check out Drunk Talk, because I put that up there.
Part 1.
And, yeah.
There is a part 2.
Part 2's coming. Probably tomorrow, if not today.
She gets video happy.
I do get video happy. So, Jacqueline has a surprise this time.
But we should tell our story first.
All right, the bestie saga.
Brittany and Bestie. The saga of Brittany and Bestie. I don't remember which one was Brittany.
Brittany was the date.
The blonde?
Yes.
Gotcha.
The one we both thought was cute.
Yeah.
Bestie was the straight, not straight best friend who she was in love with. Mm-hmm. So the next time we run into Brittany and Bestie.
Is at Tabbouleh?
Yes. So Tabbouleh is an actually very cool club. Well, it's not really a club. It's a
hookah bar.
A hookah
and a
bar.
Mediterranean food restaurant.
Yeah, at a in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Charleston, right?
In Charleston.
And
they had drag shows,
which were, I have to admit, fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous drag shows. And we had a blast because you could order these massive fuck off hookahs with like alcohol in the bottom.
We didn't get those.
No, we didn't. But I did get the hookahs.
Yes.
Like, no alcohol in the bottom.
We didn't need that.
I blew smoke bubbles and all kinds of stuff.
Had a grand time.
Yeah. It's like the second or third time we've been there. And we sit down at our booth with...
Which is a great table because it's right by the stage. There's like this little couch area that's like a lounge type thing that's literally in front of the stage, and then our table is like touching the back of the couch.
Yeah, but so it's a nice little buffer so the queens can't come pick on you.
Yes.
So we sit down and we order our hookah and we've got our drink and, you know, all that stuff, and
we had friends. Yeah. We had a bunch of friends because I think one of Callie there. And
Callie was there and
Chip was there. Yeah.
And then in walks Brittany and Bestie. And they sit at the couch right in front of us.
Literally, we can touch their heads. They are right in front of us. Which means we can hear everything.
So, they're 2 sheets to the wind before they walked into the bar.
Which means drunk if you're not from the South.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, they're very drunk before they even walked in the bar. So they come in. Brittany's there with a date with some girl who I ended up feeling very sorry for.
I think Bestie had a date too.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I was very confused about the dynamics of the group.
I'm pretty sure Bestie also had a date because Chip knew the date.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Anyways.
So we're sitting there, the drag show starts. There's a part in the drag show where they ask people to come up on stage, and Brittany...
You'll never guess who wants to go on stage.
Yeah, Bestie ends up on stage in her bra with a couple of other people, not judging her for that or anything, like doing some sort of competition.
It was a twerking competition.
That's right, a twerking competition, which she did not win.
She was very upset that she did not win.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, she comes back down. They've had several more drinks at this point, and starts berating Brittany for bringing a date who was so ugly in front of said date.
And also says things like, you know, I love Brittany and she's my best friend, and trying to make it okay. Like, you need to be okay that I'm handsy and cuddly and stuff, which again, you can have consensual conversations about that sort of stuff. Right then was not the time or the place or the way to approach the subject.
Especially once you call her ugly. Because then...
That's rude.
Yeah, it's flippin' rude. So date wanders away.
Yeah.
I saw her up at the bar later, like, sort of crying, being consoled, like, because it was rude, and it was
vicious.
Mean.
Yeah, it was really
freaking mean. And the whole point was, like, Brittany's not, doesn't defend her. Brittany is like, I know she's ugly, but you won't date me. You know, like, it was awful. It was awful, but it was the best.
Oh my God.
So the only other interact, like, this, so this is the only actual interaction I ever had with either of them. I get up to go to the bathroom, standing in line at the women's bathroom, because, you know, that's what you do. And, yeah,
true.
And Bestie, sorry, I had to think about it for a second. Bestie walks up, and is like, is this the line to the bathroom? And I'm like, yeah. And so we're standing there for a minute, and I don't want to talk to her, because, like, she's, so.
You don't know me, but I know you.
Yeah, like, so I go in the bathroom, I'm coming out of the bathroom, we sort of make eye contact, she goes, ooh, you're cute. I'm like, thanks. And she's like, you want to talk a bit? I'm like, no, I gotta go back to my part. Like, no, bye. Yeah. And she, like, stumbles into the bathroom behind me. I'm like, okay, see you later, run away. So then I go back to the table, and I'm like, we might gots to go. I don't know if we gots to go or not. But she never said another word to me that night. So it's the end of the night. Brittany and Bestie have had a falling out.
Yeah. There's been yet another fight, and Bestie's date, who Chip knew, ends up taking Bestie away and home or whatever. And so Brittany just lays down on the couch that's in front of us. And not like in a, like, I'm lounging. In a, like, she might be asleep. She might be passed out.
She might need CPR.
Yeah. And so Kitty and I know better. We're like, the bar can handle this. The wait staff can handle this.
Yeah, if she doesn't need compressions, I'm not in.
But Chip was like, we should offer her a ride home.
Like, we should check on her.
And she does. In our car.
Yeah, she reaches over and she shakes her awake and like, hey man, you okay? And like, do you have a ride? Do you need to get somewhere? And she's like, no.
And she's like, my friends left me. Like, yeah, they did.
They did, yeah.
You're going to wonder why in the morning you could call us.
Yeah. So.
But she claims she has a ride, and I basically have to drag Chip out of the bar. And I'm like, you can let people know at the bar. Because they're not going to close the bar with her still on the couch.
Yeah,
but this is not our problem to take care of.
And, yeah, on so many different levels, just no. So, that is part 2 of the Brittany Bestie saga. Yeah. I think there is, like, a mild part 3 where we did see Brittany at a bar, but it's not nearly as interesting.
Yeah, like, those first 2.
Like, we run into him one more time. She's, yet again, drunk off her ass. And, but Bestie wasn't there, and she was hitting on girls at the bar, and we spent the whole night, like, dodging. Like, going somewhere else.
Both of them were train wrecks, which made them a great couple.
Yeah. Except they weren't actually a couple.
Yeah.
I think it was just a mess. And I do feel really sorry for Brittany's date. That was shitty.
Yeah.
And I hope she's okay, because that was...
Hey, her leaving without Brittany was, you can only go up from there.
I mean, true. And I'm just imagining that's what my date would have looked like, except it would have ended in violence. So,
jeez, Kitty.
Two people are not going to call me ugly to my face.
Yeah.
And we're not going to have words.
You're at least getting a drink thrown in your face.
Yeah.
At the very least. And then to Jacqueline, we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go.
Okay.
Security's coming. We got to go.
Well, on the topic of dating and love and relationships, go ahead and put these in your ears.
Okay.
I'm going to show you a trailer on YouTube, and she's going to use the headphones so we can put in some music here or something.
Okay.
But
she's overestimating my editing skills.
I watched this trailer today, and I thought, dear God, Kitty and I need to watch this show. It's coming out on Netflix.
Okay.
And it is called Sexy Beasts.
I'm already not okay with this.
So I would love for you to see what Kitty sees right now. It's these people. Describe it, Kitty. Describe it for us.
What the hell?
They're people in these full-flung, almost animatronic-looking costumes or makeup to make them completely indistinguishable as human. You can be louder. And so they go on dates to find out if they can fall in love with someone if they don't know what they look like. And some look like animals, and some are like alien things, and some are demons or bugs.
I don't know.
And so it looks like there's one main person picking between 3 others, but even the main dater has the costume thing on.
I have so many things to say.
21st of July. I knew you would.
To say.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. Okay.
Tell the camera. Tell the audience. Tell the people.
I'm assuming I could sort of hear you, that you were telling them what I'm watching and what...
What did you just experience?
So, where do you want to start? Do you want to start at what reality TV show has done to society? Do you want to start on how flipping freaking fabulous that makeup was? Like, I did a semester or 2 of stage makeup in college, and like I very much enjoy makeup. I got very good at gore, but this is not, I could aspire to this for the rest of my life. How long
do they have to sit in a chair to get ready for their date?
Hours. They would have to. I guess if they're wearing the same prosthetics over and over again, maybe an hour each time, but I could tell that there's skin under the prosthetics. So you've got to get the prosthetics on and then paint
everything.
Yeah. And paint thick enough that you can't tell anything about
you
the
can't
person.
know the race. You can't know I guess you know the gender or the sex of the person. It's kind of a given, but maybe that could be a twist.
Yeah,
that could be a twist.
Fake boobs or something, and so
there's so many twists.
Yeah, like so
we're gonna watch it. Again, it's called Sexy Beasts.
So I am very much actually opposed to reality TV.
Which, again, great content. I'm throwing you a bone here. We're going to watch it. We're going to be ahead of the game. We're going to watch it on the 21st. Set your calendar. We're going to binge it.
Okay.
And we're going to podcast about it.
Oh my God, I can feel my IQ dropping.
Your IQ?
My IQ. See what I mean? I've already lost a couple of points just from watching the trailer.
Do you think anyone's going to find love?
No.
Is love blind? It's a social experiment, Katie.
No, it's not. No, it's, this is, so there are such things as social experiments. I got a degree in anthropology. Like, these are not social experiments.
No?
These are.
But it's what it's being pitched as.
It makes me angry. Okay, so... there's too much. I can't, you
and again, we just watched the trailer. It was like a minute-ish long. So one of the things, I actually sent this to Morgan earlier and was like, I'm going to show Kitty this. And Morgan's like, she's not going to like it. And I'm like, I know, which is why I'm going to make her watch it on camera and react to it. And so Morgan was like, are they furries? And, my answer was, furry is like a lifestyle.
It can be. Mostly it's a fetish.
Yeah, and so that's not what this is, but what a great plot twist that would be.
If they turned out they
if they're like, I enjoy being in this.
Or I enjoy you being a panda.
Yep.
Like, and I want you to stay a panda.
Yep. Again, so much potential.
Well, one of the things that really bugs me about
love?
About reality TV. Like, okay, so the first part of the trailer, you've got 2 people on a blind date, meeting for the first time. The female of the group is, or not group, the date or whatever. The woman is asking, or not even asking, she's setting down. She's like, I'm this old. I want to have kids by 26. Do you have health insurance? And then just like, that is not a healthy person. That's not how you talk to people. And so part of my problem with reality TV is finding these personalities that if they were in my hospital, I would be calling psych.
Yeah. Because again, there's a healthy way to like straight up be like, I want kids and I am dating to find someone to have children with.
Yeah.
But like, again, that's a conversation. And what you just described was like a list of demands.
Yes, like, I'm not holding you hostage. How's your sperm count? No, like,
do you know off the top of your head?
And, yeah, like, and the health, do you have health insurance? Like, do you? Like, fuck off. Like, I mean, oh, it's rude.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves with reality TV is that they specifically find not normal people because not normal people make good drama and it's more interesting to watch, but it just makes me hurt. It just makes my brain hurt. Like, and maybe it's because I deal with not normal people like at work all day but it doesn't like.
I think you should clarify what you mean by working with not normal people every day at work.
Yeah, sorry. So not normals is such a stupid term.
There you go.
But people with one or more personality disorders, bipolar,
and again, you're seeing the extreme when you're at work too.
Yes, like, because they're in the hospital. Yeah. They're actively in crisis. Like, this is, but sometimes trying to negotiate with people who are actively in crisis, whose idea of that it's perfectly acceptable to walk up to someone and, like, what's your sperm count is, like, it can be so tiring. And, and I just every time I watch reality TV, that's all I see is like,
yeah. And there's so much, especially with reality TV, there's so much editing, which can make things look completely different than what happened. And there's so much alcohol.
Yes.
There's constant drinking.
Yeah, which is
manipulation.
People from the 90s who were on reality TV shows have come out now and said that they were force-fed alcohol, that they were
couldn't find water, but you can find a drink with alcohol in it fast.
Yeah, and like and that they were kept up for all hours and like couldn't get enough sleep, and then and then provided with these stressful situations, and then producers would start rumors that would spread through Big Brother house or whatever, and like intentionally trying to. Which in my opinion, like, we're like 2 steps away from the Hunger Games. Like, we're
watching people's suffering and or mistreatment or again, and manipulating people for our entertainment.
Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
Survivor. Like, there's been so many injuries already. And granted, it's not quite the Hunger Games because the people in the Hunger Games didn't get to like volunteer. Well, like,
and you didn't have a
choice. Yeah.
I guess you got paid if you won, but
yeah. But, so these people are, they're signing waivers. In theory, they know what they're getting themselves into, kind of thing.
Just the idea, though, not only are you signing a waiver about, like, your health of, things can happen while recording, but, like, you're signing I'm not going to talk about this. I'm not going to release anything.
Confidentiality.
There's no cell phones on a lot of these things, so you're completely out of touch with the rest of the world, which, throwback to one of our last episodes where we talk about cults, like that's some culty bullshit of like, you don't know what's happening in the world, let alone in your own home or
Yeah.
So I look forward to this.
And then there's the aspect of like, does removing your ability to see someone's face like matter? Which I get that is an interesting concept. Like, can you experience feelings of love without sexual attraction, I guess, or without without already knowing? I can't think.
What someone looks like. I watched the series Love is Blind, where they're in like 2 other rooms and they do speed dating and they just talk to each other, and you cannot see each other face to face until you have proposed and you like do the engagement face to face. Which again, it's a short amount of time. You're trying to find that person. You're competing with other people to find that person. There's an equal amount of men and women because of course it's a straight thing. And it's just.
Have any of the reality TV shows, like the dating shows, branched out to like queer?
Yes. So Tila Tequila may have been the first, where she did a bachelorette type thing, but then men and women showed up because she's bisexual, and everybody was like, ah. But no, there have been a few. Usually it's bisexual. But if you're on Instagram, you can watch The Batch Queer, which is a Pacific Northwest local-esque show where it's queer, predominantly people of color, dating show / thing that they do through Instagram. And it's a very local level of like, hey, instead of using Tinder or Her or OkCupid or Bumble, like, let's have the batch queer instead of the Bachelor or the Bachelorette, and people can meet people that way, and we can watch.
I also, like, I worry about, or maybe worry is not the right word, but, like, I worry about the effect reality TV is having on, like, our society believing that we have the right to have an opinion on everything that anybody else is doing. That our opinion on so-and-so's relationship is just as important as the person who's actually in the relationship. Although, historically, like, is that really any different?
We did that with royalty, right?
Yeah. Like, is that really any different than what we were doing with Victorian values in the 1700s? Like... 1800s, sorry. Victorian values were 1800s.
Shame her in the comments.
I know, right? But, you know, like, people gossip. We've always gossiped. We've never had access to people's lives the way that we do with social media and reality TV and stuff like that. And, I mean, with reality TV, you've got producers and editors and, you know, and, like, all that. With social media, you've got people voluntarily, like, privately inviting, you know, strangers into their lives. Welcome. Like, so, you know, it's not like we're immune or anything, but I do wonder about, like, how this is changing or affecting societal ideas about where the line is between private life.
I don't know. The more you say out loud, like when you were talking about having editors and stuff like that, like the Queen has fixers.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And where the social media of like, you know, once a video is out there, it's kind of out there. Yes, but again, on the other side, like we, for example, it's a terrible example, but with Trump's presidency, if you do scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal, then the scandal A gets buried.
Yep.
Or it just becomes, again, normal. But there are a lot more similarities, I think, between then and now with how this works. But it's bigger now. Anyways. Do we have time for, like, a word?
I think so.
Okay, so we're going to go to word generator.
It'll have to be a short conversation.
Yeah, watch it be a
really powerful
intense word. All right, word generator. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Dun 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 dun.
Height.
I'm afraid of heights. Sort of. Not
Are
really.
you?
No, climbing.
Is Morgan's fear rubbing off on you?
No. Climbing. I love being on top of tall things, and I love like standing on a bridge and looking out over the water, and like the higher the better. And if I could go to China and walk across one of those like glass bottom bridges over 1,400 feet ravines, like I'm totally in. But bouldering, like when we used to boulder, I found that I was actually very
I think you're afraid of having your face ripped off while sliding down a rock face. More than the height itself.
But it was debilitating a couple of times. Like I'm not even 10 feet off the ground, and like but I'm climbing up, and I have to stop. Like I can't go any further.
I like heights too. I went to Seattle, and I went to the Space Needle and went up to the top and like just laid back on the glass where you're leaning out over, and they were actually repairing some of the floor. And so, like, you could see how you just pull these glass panels out, which was cool and freaky at the same time. But,
I can't go up on the Space Needle.
Because it moves.
Wiggles and I get all wet.
We don't need that. But it was cool. Yeah, so heights. Very cool.
That's, I mean, we can get, I guess.
Meta?
Yeah.
Physical?
Yeah, I was going to go metaphysical. Like,
Oh, we could talk about The Heights.
What's that?
It's more TV.
Oh, no thank you.
Okay.
I'm TV'd out.
There's a scandal there. Google it.
I know about as much about that as I do about Twitter.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
For this wild ride of a video. With a little more cussing than usual.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.
Boop. I got stitches everywhere. Stitch.
I was like, why are you pointing at your boobs and saying you have stitches?
As I'm covered in stitch.
Uh-huh.
Or family means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten.
Just went in a weird direction.